this cat has a peanut-sized bladder, probably like me. I think this is what my bladder probably looks like inside, but being all the time. A lot of times they're like more like this size, literally like way bigger, like 3-4 times bigger than this, and more like a deflated balloon and not like necessarily round like this. Okay, so there's a couple different mesenteries associated with this, and then these different pouches. So these mesenteries on either side are called the lateral vesical ligaments. Okay, and then the edges of them here and here that are usually filled with fat are called round ligaments. Just like the falciform ligament up here between the diaphragm and the liver, the front edge of it is also called the round ligament. Okay, so the edges of ligaments are, and there's actually another one in the urogenital section called the round ligament. I'm not sure why they call an edge a round ligament, but whatever. So round ligament on either side of the median vesical ligament. And then this middle one, these are lateral vesical ligaments, and this, it used to be called the median vesical ligament, but now they called it something more simple that I can't remember.
Medial ligament of the bladder, I think.
Yep. So this is the, you can call it the medial ligament of the bladder, or you can call it median vesical ligament, since these are lateral vesical ligaments. Vesical just refers to the bladder, okay, just like gastric refers to the stomach. Okay, so then you can see that, you know, like in a normal situation, the stomach's like, and the body wall is like this, that these are like little pouches and spaces inside, and they've actually given names to these. Also keep in mind, even though we're not doing urogenital yet, right, for a female, you've got 2 uterine horns. Now obviously, like if you have a pregnant female, like that one, right, you've got like big fetal kittens inside the 2 uterine horns, so it's covering up a lot of stuff, right? So you even have like an extra pouch. You have one between the rectum and the uterus here, because 2 uterine horns come into the middle uterus here. So you have a pouch here between the uterus and the bladder, and then one between the bladder and the body wall. So, so you have a pubovesical pouch, right? So pubovesical means between, like, because of the pubic bone and the bladder. I have to look at that, try to get myself together. What's it called? So you have a rectogenital, pubovesical, and I'll show you the female one on the next page that has 3. Rectogenital, vesicouterine, and pubovesical. Okay, so the top one here is pubovesical pouch. That's because this is the pubic bone here, right? If you guys remember from the skeletal stuff, the pubis, right? Ilium, ischium, and pubis of the hip. So, I say pubovesical pouch, and then this is vesicouterine pouch between the vesicle or the bladder and the uterus. So vesicouterine pouch, and then between the rectum and the uterus here is rectogenital pouch. Okay, now imagine if it was a male and there's no organs here, right? There's no uterus. You wouldn't have 2 spaces, you would have 1. So this would all just be the rectogenital pouch in a male, right? If that was cut out. So you wouldn't have an extra layer. And then of course the pubovesical pouch would still be the same in the males. Okay, so pubovesical pouch